Welcome to the Grow Your Business and Grow Your Wealth podcast with Gary Heldt. Gary is an expert in helping business owners put together a plan that will provide a better future for their businesses, themselves, and their families. On the podcast, Gary interviews other professionals who share his vision, and together they share secrets and strategies any business owner can use to build a better financial foundation for your business and your life.
Welcome back to the podcast. This week, my guest is Julie Lokun, and Julie is a powerhouse in the public relations and media visibility field, helping entrepreneurs, authors, and executives transform their voices into the most valuable business assets. Julie is the founder of the Mediacasters, Cre8tive Con, and the Mediacast Publishing House. Welcome, Julie.
Hey, Gare. It's great to see you again.
Yes, definitely. So, Julie, give us your background. You didn't start out in media public relations. You kind of have a little background there.
It's been a long and winding road, and I probably started out doing this. I started off in journalism with a background in journalism, and then I realized you get paid at the time $3 an hour, and I really recognized that I wanted a lifestyle that maybe paid a little bit more, that I wanted to live a lifestyle above $3 an hour at the time. Right. So I went to law school. Everybody in my family happened to be attorneys. So I wanted to be the first woman attorney. Did it, check that one off, and decided I really didn't actually want to be an attorney. So I went the corporate route, and I recognized that I was helping other entrepreneurs and business owners build their businesses. So I became an entrepreneur myself. And what I'd love to do was infuse my love for journalism and writing and helping people elevate their voices in a way that turned out to be public relations and becoming a media strategist. And thus I created Cre8tive Con, which is an annual conference for entrepreneurs like ourselves, and celebrating the voices of entrepreneurs like us, and also creating a real special incubator for networking, because I believe there is nothing more powerful than building relationships and networking. Nothing more powerful in the world like we're doing right now.
Right, definitely. You often say that somebody's voice is their currency. What do you mean by that?
Everything we do is a story. Especially as business owners and entrepreneurs, we can have our signs hanging outside the door. We can say we're CPAs, we can say we're attorneys, we can say we're coaches, but there has to be something behind that. There has to be a story behind it that connects with people. We have to have a voice. We need to know the story behind our brand. Meaning, for example, Gary, I'm sure you're very aware of the brand Spanx.
Yep.
I don't know. Like Sarah Blakely, she built a multi-billion-dollar empire called Spanx on a story. She didn't have a marketing campaign. She didn't have PR. She had a story of selling faxes door to door. You remember the old fax machines selling door to door, and she was wearing pants selling these fax machines door to door, and she cut off the ends of pantyhose because she wanted the control on the top, but didn't want the pantyhose at the bottom. And she saw a need for it. And that became her story. And she was not polished and professional, but she had a story, and that became her voice that really became powerful. And the rest is history, because if you know what Spanx is, everybody knows what Spanx is.
Right. Exactly. What in going through, and you said, in your prior life of being an attorney, you helped a lot of entrepreneurs and stuff with things that weren't just from the legal side of things. Mm-hmm. What besides trying to help them find their voice, what have you helped them with, and what are the mistakes that you see that entrepreneurs are making when it comes to, I'm going to say, their voice or not using their voice?
The biggest thing, and this is notwithstanding being in the good old days of lawyering, this is just my recognition of what a lot of entrepreneurs are doing. They are seeing and they are procuring social media and the lowest hanging fruit as the gateway to procuring their riches. I don't know. Do you do social media as a
A little bit,
being a
a little
CPA?
bit. Hmm.
And it's different in certain areas. I know there's regulations in terms of being an attorney, or I don't know what it is with being a CPA. I think people are taking the easy way out or paid media as opposed to earned media. I don't know. Do you put any dollar amounts into paid media, or how do you do that? I mean, what you're doing is earned media right here. This is
Correct.
earned media.
Correct.
So do you put money into,
No, I don't do any paid media.
yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people just think posting on Facebook, Instagram over and over and over and over again is going to bring them certain riches that is going to break through and there's going to be significant ROI in their business. While I see building an actual digital footprint and building their brand recognition is more powerful than just doing those little things, the lowest hanging fruit of social media. So
Right.
that's what I see a lot of solopreneurs and entrepreneurs doing
Right.
these days.
What about the PR side of things um, get you fired up, get your juices flowing in the morning to really, want to get in the office and get going and helping people?
What gets my juices flowing? Anything when any win that my client has is my win, but when their voice becomes seen, and I mean, there's nothing better than landing that interview for somebody, or getting them on that show, getting them that article that they never thought they could get, or getting them that interview. Think about it, Gary. Who is that one person that you would love to have on this podcast? Like that one big person
You,
that, well, I,
I mean,
besides,
come
besides
on.
me. No, but really, like who's that one person? Would it be a Bill Gates? I have no idea. I'm just making people up. But
Right,
who would be
right.
that? Who would be that one big person that you would love to have on here? That would be a
Um,
game changer.
See, I've met so many nice and really good people so far doing the podcast, and
Mhm.
honestly, I don't think I have any one person that would be a game changer for me, because I just think that having the guests that I've had on so far has been very impactful for not just me, but also for the listeners.
Like a Elon Musk or Steve Jobs or someone huge like that wouldn't be build recognition or brand recognition for you.
I mean,
Getting that picture, the optics are everything in
yeah, well,
PR.
this is true.
You
I mean,
and him
but
and
that's the thing. It's like, yes, that would be bring, I'm going to say brand recognition, stuff like that. But my side of it is I'm trying to do this as a service to the listeners, and trying to um, bring people on that they can relate with, because they've had the same struggles that, the listeners have had.
I absolutely love that because it's altruistic. And I'm going to say this because I am of that mindset as well. But growing your audience, growing your clientele, the more people you can help, maybe the growth may be greater if you are seen with somebody and the optics are can grow your potential if you are seen with someone. And I don't know, this is why I'm saying just throwing, I don't
Sure.
even know.
Yeah,
And I don't know, Elon Musk could be a really bad person to
right.
put out there right now. I don't know.
You know,
Steve
somebody,
Jobs,
somebody like a Robert Kiyosaki, who
Robert
was a self.
Kiyosaki.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a great self-starter.
Yeah.
It is somebody that's done a lot. I'm going to say a Darren Root, who has done a lot in
And
the
Rook.
accounting and
Mhm.
CPA world.
See?
Those are people that but again, those, I think that Darren is more just because it's in my world, where like a
Yeah.
Robert Kiyosaki is more, he's a
Yeah.
business owner. He
Yeah.
started, from scratch. And I
Skateboarder.
think pretty much all entrepreneurs have either read or listened
Mhm.
to his books. I mean, he's got some great stuff.
So if you got him on your podcast, you would have those optics, you would have those sound bites. You can use them over and over and over
Mhm.
again. And that would grow your audience. You could have the opportunity to help and shepherd more people. So that
Right.
is, yes, you want to remain altruistic and help your audience. However, you have these optics. And I'm telling you, I've done this before. I had the opportunity to interview and spend time with Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you know him. I'm not dropping names. He's pretty big in the entrepreneur
Right.
land. But I use that over and over, the optics over and over and over and over again. Anytime I have that opportunity, and that's what everybody does, and that is PR, the optics, and everybody does it. Everybody
Right.
does it. And that helps you build your audience. And thus, Gary can help more and more people. And then you can help more and more people build their wealth. And it's a trickle effect, a
Hmm.
ripple effect. And they can help more people as well as they're building their wealth.
Right. Right. No, but so much of that is important, and that helps you. I'm going to say that helps you with the upside, helps you grow, helps you do that. What about, how do you help people when it's the other side, where it's like, they've gotten some criticism, online and things like that. How do you help them spin that back to be something good?
Well, we're talking crisis management, right?
Right.
And my favorite example of crisis management this year is the Kiss Cam CEO. Do you remember that? I
Yep.
mean, Andy Byron of Astronomer. I love talking about this, and I know probably everybody recognizes this, but not necessarily Andy Byron, but Astronomer turned it around so quickly because they were transparent about the buffoon who was making out with the head of HR at the Coldplay concert. I mean, nothing could be more aligned than Chris Martin pointing them out in the audience and calling them out in the audience. But
Right.
Astronomer quickly called them, quickly turned that around, said, threw out a statement, said, we don't condone this behavior, fired him, and then hired hired Chris Martin, the head of Coldplay's, the band that they were at, wife, Gwyneth Paltrow, to make a statement on behalf of Astronomer, which was brilliant. I didn't even hear of Astronomer prior, but they turned
Right.
it around so quickly because they were transparent, they were swift, and they were mea culpa. They knew that he made a huge mistake, let him go, and were kind of cheeky about it. So in the same vein, if you are a smaller business, be very transparent, be very swift, and keep going. You have to always keep going, but don't hide, don't run away. I mean, look at
Right.
Prince Andrew right now. If you know what's going
Yep.
on with him, I mean, he's running away, running away, running away, and he is going to crash and burn because his PR team is, yeah, not advising him correctly, or he's not listening to them.
Right. So many of the small businesses can't afford to have they're
Mhm.
called a PR team.
Yep.
Um, how does somebody get with a
Right.
Julie of the world
Yep.
to help them with not only the good stuff, but then also if there's bad stuff, and how
Mhm.
to be that transparent and get their story, to get their voice
Mhm.
out there. How do they do that? What does that look like?
Well, first of all, everyone listening, you can be your own public relations expert. You can be your own public relations agent. And I encourage you to start right now. You can write a press release right now. You can announce new partnerships. You can announce new hires. You can announce new product lines. You can do that right now. I love using EIN Network. And honestly, Gary, I can send you a list of all the tools I use. I have a lot of free tools and I have a lot of paid tools that aren't even that expensive. and you can put them in your show notes if you like. I can do that afterwards.
That'd
But
be
I
great.
use EIN News. You can write a quick press release that goes digitally, and you can hit a lot of news wires, which also helps your reputation online. That's a great way to start sending out press releases here and there. Also, you can research journalists on muckrack.com. That is the clearinghouse for all journalists. So you can reach out to journalists, start friendships with journalists even before, be proactive even before something happens. Muckrack.com. I actually made a lot of notes because I knew that you were going to ask something, and I don't want to go over everything right now, but there are a lot of ways that you can start monitoring things and be proactive before things happen. You can speak to journalists by using outlets like quoted.com, quoted.com, featured.com. Again, just stop me. I think I'm just going to give you a list. You can put them in the show notes
Yeah,
because
no, we
it's
definitely
going
can
to
do
bore
that.
people to death if I just
Right.
read off my list right here.
So,
But there's a lot of ways, and you don't have to hire somebody. Hire someone if you have the cash, because they'll do a great job, but you can do it on your own too.
right. Give us one of your success stories that you've helped somebody.
I've had a lot of success stories, but I would say people that I'm thinking of one person in particular, a client who really was at the end of the rope, and she didn't know why she was getting clients, and she was doing the paid marketing, the paid advertising, and it wasn't turning into ROI. You would Google her and there was nothing to be seen. So I don't know. I would encourage everyone to kind of right now Google yourself.
Yeah.
So what comes up now? I Googled Gary before, and he comes up. By the way, make sure you have a LinkedIn account. That's number one in terms of domain authority. I'm sure everyone listening has a domain, has a LinkedIn account. That's number one, of course. But we want to make sure first that you have a refined message, that your website is branded. You have beautiful branding and beautiful messaging. Number one, if you don't have that, then we can't go further there. But once she had her branding and messaging all beautiful, all polished, then we started booking her slowly on podcasts, just like this. We want to make sure that she could answer the questions, practicing with her, and then slowly getting her on stages, having her infused in blogs. I love the power of blogging. People forget about blogging. Do you have a blog, by the way?
Yep.
Okay. Blogging is so powerful that brings so many people your way to your website. So don't ever forget about blogging. So we started infusing blogging, getting her on Medium. Gosh, I know I'm going to have to send you so many resources. Medium.com is a great place to get backlinks, but growing her visibility online, and then secured her on different features locally. And then we got her on stages. Once she was secure and started feeling very comfortable with her voice and doing training with her message, she started getting featured on stages. And it was through about 6 months, but she started speaking on stages, and then it started blowing up. And once you're on stages, you really can procure clients very easily, because when you have them in that close circle, that close circumference,
James Love.
Oh, sorry. You get clients very easily. It's that circle of trust, that know, like, and trust.
Right. So, I mean, to me, I would say 6 months is pretty quick.
Yeah. It was
So
intensive.
I know you're saying slow, but that's still pretty quick.
Yeah, it was intensive. I mean, it was really intensive. She was very specific in terms of what she was talking about, parental alienation and divorce. So it was very specific as opposed to broad. So we knew exactly where to position her. So it was very specific as opposed to broad.
That's great.
Oh, and then know exactly. Oh, another thing. Sorry. Watch for the trends too. If there's something trending right now, we know there's a lot of trending news in terms of tariffs, tariffs. If you are an expert in tariffs, you can speak on that use your expertise and figure out what journalists you can talk to. That helps as well. So,
Right, right. Um, if you were able to go back and talk to 21-year-old Julie,
oh, geez, she was nuts.
what
Yeah, she
what
wouldn't listen to me.
what would you tell yourself?
I would say do all the things, keep enjoying it right now because you're not going to have as much ability to do everything you want to do. Keep enjoying and tasting life like you are. As a woman in her 50s, I have four sons. You don't have that ability. So do all the crazy, wonderful things right now to figure out where you want to be and just enjoy every minute of it because one day you might not be able to. So,
Right, right. Very
and
true.
listen to me, listen to me.
Very true. So, Julie, what have I not asked you you wish I had?
I wish you would have asked me. Oh, this is always a fun question that you're never prepared for, right?
Right.
Thanks, Scare. Thanks, Scare. I wish you would have asked me how could I navigate as a PR professional the or up like really help out the business, the financial industry, a person in the finance business or something that's very left brained, because a lot of the left brained industries don't think about this sort of thing.
Right.
Right. That's what I think. I think that they are built on referrals and the handshakes and maybe, I don't know. You know more about it than I do.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have a podcast is so impressive.
Yeah. I think a lot of it is because again, going through schooling and training and everything else,
Mhm.
it's like, we've been taught to, it's black and white, don't be creative,
Yeah.
type thing. And I think that uh, the other side is more creative. And I think that, where you're talking about the paid media and
Mhm.
stuff that's out there, a lot of the finance people that are out there are pretenders. I mean, they have like
Oh,
the
really?
one trick pony, type thing, and they're trying to sell themselves and
Hmm.
not in the right way, in my
Mm.
opinion.
Mm.
You
Interesting.
know, so definitely it's different for sure.
Mm. Interesting. No, you fascinate me.
It's it's I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy the work that I do, but then I also enjoy the podcast and what it brings and the people that I love hearing from the listeners on
Oh, cool.
different people that I've had on the show and some of the feedback that we've gotten. That definitely is something I like to see a lot.
That's amazing. Well, I
So,
love this. It's an
Julie,
honor.
people like what they hear. They want to talk to you. They want to reach out to you. How can they find you? What's the best media to reach out to you on?
Well, I would love for you guys to join me. We are actually having our business conference in February this year in Chicago. It's creativecon.com, www.cre8tive.com. It's in Chicago this year, and headlining is Jim Quick. So I think a lot of you guys would love him. He is pretty impressive. And reach out to me on email, julie@creativecon.com. Adrienne Barker will be there.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be fun.
Great. Julie, really appreciate your time today.
Grateful. So grateful and honored to be here. Thank you, Gary.
Great. Hey, this week my guest was Julie Lokun, and she is the founder of Cre8tive Con, and I will see you guys next week.